Had I not been born to the people I was and place I was at the time I was, I probably wouldn't have been. Had I been able to go and stay with another relative like Aunt Rachel, whatever, in DC, whatever, then I would have never made those choices. I would have never been exposed to those options to choose from. You know, I'd have been an entirely different person, which gets back to the earlier point I was talking about as it related to that show, and how it made me think about, what if I had raised you guys in a completely different environment, completely different exposure? What if I had isolated y'all and only exposed you to the things that I wanted you to be exposed to, which wasn't the things I was doing? You know, you would have been completely different fucking people, totally different people. You know, uh, something for people to pay attention. I don't think that this is why I like to have these kinds of conversations, because I speak to all different kinds of people, different types of backgrounds and so forth. I read and have read all sorts of books that are completely removed. Like, you got guys who've read in our community, who've read, every Donald Goines book and every urban book, whatever. But all they're doing is reinforcing more of the stereotypical limited ideas that they've already been subjected to, that have led them to the penitentiary and drug abuse and self-abuse, all that kind of shit, whatever. All you're doing is you're validating your own self-destruction. So, and you're filling your mind with these same limited perspectives. So if your mind is full of these things, and your contemporaries, the people who are your friends and family who come from where you come from, their minds are full of this shit. And the conversations y'all are having is just the same limited bullshit ideas. Same shit over and over and over again. No expansion, no growth, no development. I feel that these conversations are necessary to open new doors, expose us to new ideas, so that we could have new thoughts and develop new thought habits and develop new actions based upon those thoughts, because had that not happened for me, I don't know where the fuck I would be right now. I doubt that I would be where I am, and where I am, not for nothing, very good place. Have a loving, wonderful woman, relationship, harmonious, peaceful, and supportive. And did I say peaceful? I live in a beautiful home and on my own land in a beautiful environment. I don't think that I would have been able to attract that type of a circumstance if I had not exposed myself to some other ideas and thoughts and potentials outside of what's commonly discussed and reinforced through that discussion in the environments that we come from. I don't think that would have happened. So I want for others what I want for myself. I want for others what I want for me, what I want for you. I want for others. So I think that these kinds of conversations that give people the opportunity to see people who look like them talk about something other than niggas and bitches and cars and drugs and violence and sliding and guns and rap and this one and that one and tea and gossip and like, when the fuck are we gonna wake the fuck up? When are we gonna wake the fuck up and stop entertaining that fuck shit? And stop listening to people who present that fuck shit as entertainment? When will enough of us have died? When will enough of us have gone to prison? When will enough of us has been turned out on drugs and deviant sexual practices and behaviors and suffer from severe psycho-emotional fucking issues. When will we reach maximum saturation of all the fuck shit that is supposed to be part of being a valid nigger? When is there going to be enough? How many more generations? How many more? That's what I would like for anybody who comes into contact with what we're doing right here, right now. That's what I would like to leave them with, and think about that. I don't know, many of y'all act like you don't have the capacity for deep thought. Many of you act like you are, in fact, stupid, meaning you are incapable of having thought processes that go beneath the surface of things. That may or may not be the case. Maybe you are stupid. But if you're not stupid, I'd like you to think about that. And then I'd like you to say, well, I don't know what my brother going to do, my sister going to do, what my friends going to do, but I'm going to do better. I'm going to stop giving so much of my time and attention to the ideas of being a real nigger, or a bad bitch, and start thinking about being a real man and a real woman with self-respect and an autonomous fucking thought process where I make my own decisions for myself and my own happiness. And be the fucking example. Be the example. Don't be afraid to step out and be different. Because same, I don't know if you've noticed, same is not fucking working for us. Being like every other nigger and bitch is not working for us. It's not working. And the whole fucking world is laughing. So that's it for me, son.